The scorching sun beats down on the barren landscape. Its relentless heat causing the air to shimmer and dance. As far as the eye can see, there's nothing but sand and rock, a desolate wasteland that stretches out to the horizon. But this is not a natural wilderness untouched by human hands. No, this is the result of decades of exploitation and mismanagement, a man-made disaster that threatens to engulf vast swaths of China in a relentless tide of desertification. As the wind whips up dust devils and sandstorms, it seems that the very earth itself is rebelling against the ravages of human greed and neglect. Join us today as we explore the causes and consequences of China's desertification crisis and examine what can be done to halt the spread of this environmental catastrophe before it's too late. Desertification is a significant environmental problem that affects many regions of the world. In China, it's particularly severe, with over 27% of its total land area affected by the problem. This means that vast stretches of land in China have undergone substantial ecological degradation, leading to the loss of soil fertility, vegetation cover, and biodiversity. The problem of desertification in China is mainly caused by human activities such as overgrazing, deforestation, and improper land use. In many regions of the country, the dry climate, combined with poor land management practices, has led to soil erosion, degradation, and depletion of groundwater reserves. Climate change has also played a significant role in exacerbating the problem by altering weather patterns and increasing the frequency and severity of droughts. The area in China most affected by desertification are located in the northwest and north-central parts of the country. These regions, including Inner Mongolia, Xinjiang, Gansu, Ningxia, and Qinghai, are known for their dry, arid climates and limited water resources. The problem is particularly severe in Inner Mongolia, where desertification has affected over 70% of the region's land area. The impact of desertification in the Inner Mongolia region is serious, with many parts experiencing substantial soil erosion, loss of vegetation, and water scarcity, which has led to reduced crop yields and food insecurity, and has had a severe impact on the livelihoods of many people who rely on agriculture and animal husbandry for their sustenance. Desertification also further contributes to climate change, as the loss of vegetation cover reduces the amount of carbon dioxide that can be absorbed from the atmosphere. According to a report by the United Nations Environment Program, China loses around 5 billion tons of soil each year due to erosion, which results in a loss of over $6 billion worth of grain production annually. The loss of soil fertility also reduces the amount of arable land available for agriculture, which ultimately results in food shortages and increased food prices. In Inner Mongolia, the degradation of grasslands and soil erosion has led to a significant decline in livestock productivity, which has had severe impacts on the region's nomadic herders who rely on livestock for their livelihoods. Another consequence of soil erosion and loss of vegetation cover is water scarcity, which is particularly severe in arid and semi-arid regions of China. The loss of vegetation cover leads to reduced water retention in the soil, which ultimately results in groundwater depletion, reduced river flows, and increased water stress. According to the UNEP report, more than 300 million people in China are affected by water scarcity, which is worsened by desertification and climate change. The forestry industry is also affected by desertification, as it decreases the area available for timber production and reduces the quality of the remaining forested areas. The tourism industry is affected as well, as desertification reduces the attractiveness of areas affected by the process. Human activities have contributed to the problem of desertification in China. Overgrazing by domestic animals such as sheep, goats, and cattle has led to the degradation of grasslands, soil erosion, and loss of vegetation cover in many regions of China. Deforestation, both for fuel wood and commercial purposes, has resulted in the loss of forest cover, especially in the hilly and mountainous regions of China. Improper land use practices, such as the cultivation of marginal lands and the use of inappropriate agricultural techniques, have resulted in soil degradation, particularly in arid and semi-arid regions of China. Mining and quarrying activities, including coal mining and extraction of other minerals, have led to soil disturbance and pollution, which worsens desertification. Rapid industrialization and urbanization in China have led to the construction of large-scale infrastructure, including highways and buildings, which in turn has led to the destruction of vegetation cover and soil erosion. Climate change caused by greenhouse gas emissions from human activities such as burning fossil fuels has led to changes in weather patterns, increased frequency and intensity of droughts, and altered precipitation patterns, which exacerbates desertification in arid and semi-arid regions of China. The Chinese government has implemented a range of processes and initiatives to combat desertification, which aim to improve land use practices, promote ecological restoration, and increase biodiversity while addressing the economic impacts of desertification on the agriculture, forestry, and tourism sectors. The government has also introduced policies to encourage afforestation and reforestation efforts, sustainable land use practices, and water conservation measures, while also establishing nature reserves and protected areas to preserve biodiversity and prevent land degradation. The 3 North Shelter Belt project is one of the most important initiatives implemented to combat desertification in northern China. The project was launched in 1978 and is one of the world's largest ecological engineering projects, covering an area of over 40 million hectares in northern China. The goal of the project is to create a continuous green belt of trees, shrubs, and grasses stretching across the northern part of China from the eastern coast to the western border. The green belt is designed to act as a barrier against sandstorms, which are a common occurrence in this region, and to prevent the spread of desertification. The project involves the planting of different species of trees, depending on the local climate and soil conditions. In the arid regions of northern China, drought-tolerant trees such as Chinese pine, Chinese juniper, and Chinese black pine are planted. In areas with more rainfall, broadleaf species such as poplar, willow, and elm are planted. The project also involves the implementation of other measures to support the growth of the green belt, such as the construction of windbreaks, soil conservation measures, and water management practices. These measures are designed to improve soil fertility and reduce soil erosion, which leads to the loss of topsoil and further exacerbates desertification. The 3 North Shelter Belt project has been highly successful in combating desertification in northern China. The project has helped to reduce the frequency and severity of sandstorms, improved soil quality, and increased vegetation cover in many areas. The project has also had a positive impact on local communities, providing employment opportunities and helping to improve the local economy. However, the project also faces some challenges. The cost of implementing and maintaining the project is high, and the survival rate of planted trees can be low due to a variety of factors, such as drought, pests, and diseases. Furthermore, the project has faced criticism for prioritizing the planting of fast-growing trees over more diverse and sustainable land use practices. Despite these challenges, the 3 North Shelter Belt project remains a critical initiative in China's efforts to combat desertification and improve the ecological health of northern China. The project demonstrates the importance of environmental engineering projects and sustainable land use practices in addressing ecological challenges and provides a model for similar initiatives in other parts of the world. Afforestation and reforestation are additional important processes that the Chinese government has encouraged to combat desertification and increase biodiversity. These processes involve planting trees on land that has previously been barren, degraded, or deforested, as well as restoring degraded forests to their original state. The benefits of afforestation and reforestation are many. Trees help to prevent soil erosion, reduce water loss from the soil, and maintain soil fertility, which is critical for agriculture and other land uses. Trees also absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, helping to mitigate climate change. Furthermore, afforestation and reforestation help to restore wildlife habitats, improve air quality, and provide a range of ecological, economic, and social benefits. In China, afforestation and reforestation efforts have been ongoing for many years. The government has implemented policies and programs to encourage the planting of trees and the restoration of degraded forests. These initiatives have included financial incentives, such as subsidies and tax breaks, to encourage farmers and landowners to plant trees and care for them. The government has also provided technical assistance, training, and other support to help ensure the success of these efforts. One of the most noteworthy initiatives in this area is the Grain for Green program, which was launched in 1999. The program provides subsidies and other incentives to farmers to convert marginal farmland into forests or grasslands. The program has been highly successful, with millions of hectares of land converted into forests and grasslands, improving soil and water conservation, and providing many ecological and economic benefits. Another initiative is the Natural Forest Protection Program, launched in 1998, which aims to protect China's remaining natural forests from logging and other activities. The program provides financial incentives to local communities to manage and protect the forests, ensuring that they're sustainably managed for future generations. Despite the success of these initiatives, challenges remain. Forest fires, pests, and diseases often damage or destroy newly planted forests, and the cost of maintaining and managing forests are high. Furthermore, afforestation and reforestation efforts sometimes conflict with other land uses, such as agriculture or urbanization. Nevertheless, afforestation and reforestation efforts remain critical in China's efforts to combat desertification. And through these efforts, China is working to restore its natural ecosystems, mitigate climate change, and provide ecological and economic benefits for its citizens. Desertification is a serious environmental problem that has had a significant impact on China's economy, environment, and people. However, the Chinese government has implemented a range of measures to combat desertification, and these initiatives have been highly successful in improving soil and water conservation, preventing desertification, and restoring degraded ecosystems. While challenges remain, these efforts demonstrate the importance of sustainable land use practices and ecological engineering projects in addressing environmental challenges. Through continued efforts, China is working towards a more sustainable and resilient future for its people and the planet. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out the other interesting videos available on our channel.